Fire is shot in the air and the light reveals a giant spider nearby. Since it ate the crew, it has the trackers in its stomach. Since Dwayne's gun isn't working, Andy screams and starts running only for the spider to try to jump on him. He ends up falling into a crack in the ground, and when he looks up, the creature is trying to reach inside. A terrified Andy continues to run while the spider follows him from above and occasionally reaches in to slash him. Thankfully Andy dodges all the attacks, however he's distracted by the monster and ends up falling from the edge of a cliff. Rolling down at such a speed is quite painful, but at least the snow cushions his landing. The spider roars at him from above yet doesn't come down. Andy keeps on freaking out after such an experience, and Naomi interrupts him to point out his oxygen levels are dropping. It turns out the fall has made another tear on his suit, so Andy hurries to seal it with the spray. He manages to close it off by using all the spray he has left. At that moment Dwayne's voice appears in the radio asking for help because he's fighting off a bunch of spiders. Naomi thinks Andy should help him, but Andy doesn't want to fight monsters and his scanner isn't even working well. However, he changes his mind when Naomi points out Dwayne will have oxygen. As Andy runs among the crashed pods, he sees the flares being shot by Dwayne and follows them to finally find him. Dwayne is about to share the monster's weakness when the spider jumps on him again, so Andy has to hide and hear on the radio how Dwayne is killed. He runs to hide behind a different pod hoping to escape, only to find a second monster nearby also feeding on bodies. Naomi activates the AI voice and lights in one of the pods, and one of the spiders is distracted by it, allowing Andy to run and hide inside another pod. Then Naomi tries to activate a different pod to distract the other creature, however she accidentally turns on the lights in Andy's and he's startled by a body. Thankfully she manages to activate all the other pods too, and now that both spiders are distracted, Andy can finally run away. Soon the monsters realize they were tricked and start following him, only to freeze when Andy enters a foggy area. After the spiders leave, Andy tells Naomi she should be finding a safe spot too, but Naomi can't feel her legs. She's starting to have a panic attack, so Andy sings the song he used to sing for his son to help her calm down. Afterward he keeps going and comes across a bunch of fireflies creating a beautiful view with their lights. One lands on his helmet and suddenly turns red to attack him. It can't do damage alone, but soon the other fireflies turn red as well and attack him together. Just running a bit is enough to leave them behind, however a growling sound indicates the fireflies were scared of something else. Suddenly the ground opens and a monster's giant mouth comes out to capture Andy, covering him with a nasty substance to keep him frozen in place. Andy is swallowed little by little until every inch of his body is inside the beast's mouth. Remembering the AI, Andy announces he's having a heart attack. The defibrillator is activated and the resulting electric shock is so strong that the monster spits Andy out. The creature is now pretty angry and coming for him, so Andy runs to hide inside something that looks like a tree trunk. There's a hole in the ground there, causing Andy to fall and end up in a firefly nest. The little aliens immediately turn red and start poking him while he runs, only leaving him alone when he manages to get out of the tunnel. Afterward the AI informs Andy that his current oxygen level will be enough to reach the Borealis but not likely to reach Naomi, who also thinks he should go to the ship. Andy refuses to give up now.